Good morning, yogis. Welcome to Friday morning Pilates. If you have a stretchy band, that would be a really good assist for today's class. You don't have to have one to participate. You can always do it without. I am not very great at one of the activities we're going to do called neck pull. So a stretchy band can be a really good assist because you can use it to help you. Because Pilates is a practice of both lengthening and strengthening those muscles that supports the spine, when you're doing some of these kind of sit-up postures, a band can help you be a little bit more supported if you are still building the strength. So if you do have a band, we are working on getting some more in. But I think they're actually probably one of the hardest things in the world to get right now. But once we know that we have some more, we'll let you know, just so you can be safe in your practice at home. And you can always join us at one of our Zoom classes if you're worried about your practice not being safe. So we do have that ability to connect so we can see you in your practice and you can practice along with an instructor from the safety and comfort of your home. If you do have a band, grab one. If you don't, you kind of do need something a little bit stretchy. A towel won't be a particularly effective one today, but we'll find a way around it. So come into a little comfortable seat here, and we're going to roll our way down just to feel how the spine is feeling this morning. Connect your feet into the floor, let your hands come up. As you exhale, roll, roll, roll yourself down to the mat. So slowly let the shoulders soften, come all the way down. There's that moment where you find that rigidity, that spot where maybe you're a little bit tight, and we all have it. Maybe it's low back, maybe it's upper back. And then we'll come into a little setup for our imprint. So coming all the way down, press your palms into the floor, begin a little rock forward and back. And as you do so, notice the breath. You might want to take your thumb and your index finger and just press your thumb into the space at the bottom of the ribs and the index finger, those little bony protuberances of the hips. And as you exhale, draw your ribs and your hips together. Feel the space between your fingers shorten. And as you inhale, draw your tailbone towards the floor. Feel the space between the fingers stretch. So as we rock through the hips, and just moving that pelvic bowl up and down, feel what happens to the core and the small of the back. We're going to come into that arched spine for a moment. And we're going to do this once because you do have to be careful with your back here. I just want you to notice what happens when you try and lift your right leg up a little bit, how much control you feel that you have, and then your left leg, and place it down. Now, as you exhale, begin to draw the ribs and the hips together. Feel the small of the back hug the floor. And same thing, lift up your right leg, place it down, pick up your left leg, place it down. And hopefully you notice the marked difference of support and strength through the abdominals that come from adopting this imprint position. This is where we want to maintain the body for most of the practice. We'll give you a chance to breathe in between though. So keeping that navel drawing down to the spine, just get the chin parallel to the earth and then tuck the chin slightly so the neck is long. We'll inhale the hands all the way up here and we'll begin with some snow angels. So now, keeping that little imprint, belly button hugging down to the spine, notice your ribs. As you inhale, notice their reaching out, their expansion. As you exhale, notice how they knit in. What we're working to do is keep a little drawing in towards the midline of the body so the ribs don't pop open. So notice where they are in this neutral position here with the hands above the head. And as you inhale the hands back, try and maintain the ribs in that same position. It's going to get even harder in a moment. As you exhale, the hands are going to go all the way around to halfway. Keep drawing the ribs in, and then the hands, as you inhale, will come back and they'll face towards the heels. As you exhale, hands will come up. So try and keep the connection of the ribs into the middle. Inhale the hands over the head, bend the elbows if there's any pulling in the shoulders. So you might want a little bend to the elbows, or you might want your hands to touch the shoulder heads as you come into those little snow angel arms, and exhale the hands up. So I'm doing the modified version here. So you want to draw the hands up, all the way down, and then maybe touch onto your shoulder heads as you circle the arms around, working on the ribs if you've got shoulder impingement issues. Hands all the way up. One more time. Inhale over the head. Exhale to initiate a half circle. Inhale to draw the hands back in. Exhale to lift them up. We're going to go the opposite way. Same connection through ribs and pelvic floor, imprint to the earth. This time as we tuck the chin, we'll bring the hands to 45 degrees. And as you exhale, roll your ribs down and in as you try and peek for the space above your kneecaps. As you inhale, hands open all the way out. Exhale to come all the way down. Inhale to tuck the chin, and exhale will roll it back up all the way up. You might break that down one more step, I think. As we inhale, we'll bring the hands out and around. Exhale, the hands back above the head. Inhale, tuck the chin. Exhale, let the hands lift. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, roll up as the breath blows out of the body. Keep the shoulders soft, core braced. Hands come out. Slowly lower yourself down. It's the exhale that to raise the hands back up. Keep the pulling of the ribs, shoulders down. Tuck the chin as you inhale. Exhale, blow the breath away. Maybe come up a little bit higher. And then as you inhale, open and expand across the top body all the way out and down. Beautiful. One more time. Tuck the chin. As you exhale, bring the hands up. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, roll it up. Reach, reach, reach. Shoulders soft. Maybe hover for a moment. You want to feel a little shaking. Those abdominals just waking up. If you're shaking, you're working. Come all the way down. Let the breath expand the front body. Hands up above the head. Just let them fall for a moment. Let those ribs pop open. Just let your back soften. And take a few big breaths in. Let your hands open all the way out into T shape or into goalpost arms. Feet broaden to the edges of the mat. Little release out for the hips. Both knees fall towards the right. Chin comes towards the left. Soften into that belly and feel that nice open expanse across the collarbones, or just the opposite of what we were doing. A little active recovery, but also a little reset for the spine. And as Joseph Pilates said, we're only as young as our spine is flexible. One more. How lovely does that little twist feel first thing in the morning? As you inhale, brace the core to bring the knees back to center. As you exhale, we've still got one more side. So let the knees fall over towards the left, bring the chin towards the right, and let your body sink into the floor. There'll be moments that you need to work hard, so the moments where you just get to relax, they're the best ones. Enjoy them. Feel that gentle internal opening through the hips here too. So there's still benefits even as we're relaxing, just letting the muscles release. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way back to center. Beautiful work. All right, we're going to step the feet up onto the ceiling now. So bring them up maybe straight above the body, maybe to 45 degrees. It's a little bit harder. Notice the imprint though. So bring the heels above the hips and then bring the heels to 45 degrees. Can you bring your feet to 45 degrees? If you can maintain the imprint, then you can keep it 45 degrees. If not, come back here so the back is supported. Hands come down, just framing either side of the hips, and work the triceps by pushing them into the floor. So wherever you are from here, we're simply going to bend the knees. So open your toes out to the side, like a little V stance through the feet. Bend your knees and then press away. It's like a plie, but you're doing it on your back. Bend your knees and press away. As you exhale, bend the knees. As you inhale, press and create length through the legs. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, press and create length through the legs. Bend the knees. Press and lengthen. Bend the knees. Press and lengthen. Bend. Press. Bend. Press. Bend. Press. One more. Bend. And press. All right, keep that V stance. We're going to do something called the corkscrew. So we're going to circle around towards the right, come all the way back towards the center, pause, and then draw a circle over towards the left, come back to center, pause. Try not to rock too much through the back body or the hips. Maybe take the hands out wide. It gives you a bit more of a stable base. back to center, round towards the right. Now if you want to take a little pulse of the tailbone to the sky and then drop it down over towards the left. Ideally, we're keeping the heels above the hips. Now today my body says I'm tired, it doesn't want to do much, and that's okay. I'm just working with trying to activate those muscles. Lift up over towards the right, return and lift. Over towards the left, return and lift. Over towards the right, return and lift. Last one. Over towards the left, return and lift. Beautiful work. Hug both the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze and we'll prepare for rolling like a ball. So we're going to keep the heels drawing in towards the back of the thighs here, and keep the hands on the shin, tuck the chin, minimum momentum, maximum work through the core as you try and rock yourself up, balance on the seat here, keep the shoulders pulling onto the back, and as you roll down, keep that position of the neck to keep it safe. Roll up and back. So the slower you can go down, maybe just traveling to the tips of the shoulder blades and then pull back up, the harder the work for the core. If that's too easy, I don't feel like that's too easy, but hey, if you're like easy peasy, keep your elbows on your knees the whole time. Rock it back, lift up. Oh, so much harder, right? And back, lift up. Oh, let's do 3 more. Rock it back, lift up, rock it back, lift up, rock it back, lift up. Oh, I find a spine stretch forward always goes really nice with those. So take the feet out nice and just hip distance, not too wide. We'll come to wide in a moment. Hands up in front and then round and curl your spine. Just stretch it out. Feel the breath expand the back of the rib cage, broaden the shoulder blades on the back, let the chin tuck in, let your spine get a nice rounded stretch. And we'll inhale like we're sequentially stacking the vertebra of the spine. Come all the way up. Open your feet out. Not the widest cheerleader stance ever. We're just positioning ourselves for soar. Hands come out. Shoulders, though, are soft, so not too rigid through the upper body. See if you can smile. If you can, you're probably doing it right. We're going to rotate on the inhale over towards the right. As you exhale, double little soar, pinky finger to pinky toe. Inhale, lift and return. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, lift and return over towards the right. Inhale, lift and return over towards the left. Lift, return, right. Lift, return, 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 left. Last one, to the right. Come all the way up the center. Just bring the hands down, circle out the neck, loosen up those shoulders. Beautiful. Let's work into the triceps now. So you can swing those hands behind. Option 1 is just to have a bend in the elbows and to keep the bottom on the floor. And if you just do these little elbow bends, I quite like these ones because it's not loading the weight to the wrist. So if you do a lot of yoga with me, sometimes your wrists are like, not more work, please. So these ones here, minimum weight to the wrist, but you're still getting the work on the triceps. You want to keep the embracing of the core. Keep those ribs and hips drawing in towards the midline. You can work your triceps. You can come up a little bit higher and drop it down. This is more work for the body, but it's a little bit harder work for the wrists. So down, up, down, up. Let's do 8. Bring the feet out. I'm getting lazy. 7. That's a problem when you're on the screen. Everyone can see when you're being lazy. Sometimes you just want to coast in class, but nope. 3, 2, 1. Sit it all the way down. Beautiful work. Take the hands out nice and wide here and just do some little arm circles. Connect the shoulder blades onto the back. So little arm circles out. I'll just swing it around the other way just to warm up those arms a little bit. Circle, 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 circle. Think of moving from the shoulder joint. This is where I always see my bingo arms. Go the other way. But it's a good workout without weights. Again, keep a little lifting of the core here. Your glutes will reach down and find the earth. All right, beautiful. Touch in and out, in and out. Feel your biceps. So you want to imagine that the air is stronger than you are and create the resistance in your muscles. So usually we do this with weights, and you can imagine you have weights. You can even grab some filled up water bottles, a couple of milk bottles. They're a little bit more awkward though. Or you can just imagine that you're growing giant muscles. Do you know mentally rehearsing will give you some muscle growth? So you can just be like thinking of your giant biceps that you're building. Yeah. Think of a good old Arnold posture. Flex. Do another 10. Can you feel that burn? 9. Sometimes we can add additional repetitions rather than having to add weights, another way to work. And particularly if you're like me, I don't tend to shorten the muscles as much. A lot of the work that I do is with the muscles at length. So if you want to build up bulkier, stronger, more impressive abdominals to show off your yogi guns, not abdominals, biceps, you need to do a little bit of this kind of concentric and eccentric movement. Woo! All right, bring the hands in like this one. You're going to shave your head. So turn your thumbs and, not turn your thumbs, touch your thumbs and your pinky, no, index fingers. Make a little V shape, curl back to the spine, center down through the heels. What we're going to do is reach back and try and shave the back of the head and then come forward. So it becomes a little part sit up and down, and then you work the triceps by bringing the hands back. So open up, shave the back of your head, inhale, lift. Keep your heels heavy if you can. It's always a good one for me when I'm like, oh, this is an area I need to do a lot more work on. He's gotten lazy, yogis, out of the studio practice. We've got less Amy in our lives. It's all right. Come up, press it out. Let's keep working. We'll get back into shape. Won't be long now. We'll all be back practicing together. And forward. We can still practice together this way. You can say more naughty words this way. Back and lift. Let's do 5. Think butterflies. 4. Keep the ribs drawing in. That's 5, right? 2 and 1. Oh, grab a hold of that band. Look, not my shiniest work. I'm not going to lie. Bring the band around the feet here. I'm going to use it to help lower down. Now, if you don't have the band, you can do this without the band and you can just go down nice and slow. But today, I'm going to use the band just to give you a couple of different options. So it comes around the feet and we can slowly, slowly use the support of the band as we come all the way down to the floor. Now, ideally, we'll have the legs straight here. To do a traditional neck pull, the hands come behind the head. We begin with the tucking of the chin, and then we roll, 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 vertebra by vertebra, keeping the core engaged, heels coming down to the floor. So it's so much easier when you've got the band. I'm going to pretend that this is just all raw core strength. Keep the shoulders pulling onto the back. Keep the bracing of the core. How slowly can you come down? If the answer is not very slowly, that's fine. Tuck the chin. Roll, roll, roll. Peel one vertebra at a time off and find any rigid or tight spots. Again, if you don't have the band, you can use the back of the legs here. So as they come down, you can even bend the knees if you need to. So come down. Eventually you get to the hands behind the head. You do it that way. That's a fair way off for me. Tuck into the chin, bring the hands behind the legs, and then you can walk your hands all the way up. Ha-ha! And then you can come forward and turn it into a spine stretch too, a little bit harder with the band. Come all the way down, roll, 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 round it out, heel centered, hands on the legs for additional support. Tuck the chin, last one, roll it up. You don't do many of these guys because they're pretty tough. All the way over, take a little forward fold and relax. Now we haven't done the glute or anything prone, so we should probably do some of that. Oh no, you say. Oh yes, we say. Come all the way up, swing it around. We'll do some swan. And we'll do my favorite, which is ballerina butt lifts. I haven't done these for a while. I love that about Pilates. I remember all my favorite things to do. So coming down onto the belly, and get yourself nice and positioned. One long line. Bring the hands in nice and close. Elbows hug the ribs. All right, 4 parts to this. As you inhale, lift your chest. As you exhale, lift your hands, float them above the floor, keep the elbows in. As you inhale, press the hands down to the floor, lift up higher. As you exhale, lower yourself to the earth as slowly as you can. Feel the triceps burn as you continue to hug them in. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, lift the chest. Inhale, press down and lift yourself up higher. And exhale, slowly lower down to the floor. We'll do that 6 more times. Inhale, hands. Exhale, chest. Inhale, press and lift. Exhale, lower and come down. Excuse me. There's Bargara. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, lift the chest. Inhale, press down and go high. Exhale, lower, 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 and lower to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, 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 lower. 3 to go. Inhale, hands. Exhale, chest. Inhale, press and lift. Exhale, lower, 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 lower. Inhale, hands. Exhale, chest. Inhale, press. Exhale, lower, 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 lower. One more time. Inhale, hands. Exhale, press. Lift it up and lower, 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 lower. Oh, how much fun was that? Bring the hands around in front. Make a little platform to rest the head down. Take your toes out to opposite sides. We'll warm up with a little bit of a twerking contest here. Not really, I'm not the best twerker in the world. Just want you to lift your right kneecap up, then your left kneecap up. And think about activating and squeezing that same glute as you do so. So do a little dance. Make a little shake. Twerk tonight. Okay. From here, maybe as you activate, you just lift the right toes off the floor. Place it down, activate left, and then lift the left toes off the floor. Right, lift, left, lift. Keep the kneecap squeezing up. Left. All right, pause. Both sides come out. Let's tap the feet 3 times. On the exhale, inhale, toes to opposite corners of the room. Inhale out, working those back extensors. Keep the glutes tight, like you're squeezing a walnut in between them or a macadamia nut. And out. Tap, tap, tap. And out. Tap, tap, tap. And out. 5. And out. 4. And out. 3. And out. 2. And out. 1. And out. Come all the way down and rest through that upper body, lower body. Bring the legs together. Let's work with the upper body. As we inhale, we're simply going to lift and hover the upper body. Touch your left elbow to the floor. Come back to center. Touch your right elbow to the floor. Come back to center, lower down. Just for a little bit of work for the obliques. Inhale, lift up. And then tap left. Tap right. And lower. Inhale, lift up. Tap left. Tap right. Return and lower. Inhale, up. Left. Right. Center. Down. Inhale up, left, right, center, down. Last one. Lift, tap, tap, return, center. All right, feet out nice and wide. Heels come into touch. Flex the feet into a V stance. Engage the core. Wake up those glutes. You just press the feet up to the ceiling. Little pulses. Feel that warming in your bottom. Pulse, 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 pulse. 10, 9, a little bit faster. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Bring yourself all the way onto the side. Extend yourself out and see if you can balance on one long line. This is one of my least favorites. Chuck this in there with neck pause, things I don't like to do, which is exactly why I should do it. Reach the right fingertips out. Maybe from here you can lift the right leg up. Maybe you can bring the left leg to meet it. Final part is to lift your left arm off the floor and just try and keep in one line. So you can see I'm making a bit of a curving banana shape. Ideally, I wouldn't do that. I would be balanced on my hip. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Drop it all the way down. We'll do the other side. This is going to be even easier to see when I do it wrong. Come all the way over. Right hand comes out. Nobody's perfect. Left hand comes onto the floor. Right hand rests on the hip. Brace into the core. Think of lifting your bottom ribs away from the floor. And then maybe lift left leg, maybe right leg, maybe upper body. Trying not to wobble. Try and stay as steady as you can. And remember to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it all the way down. However you need to, we're going to roll over onto the back. So just kind of gracefully reposition yourself in the center of the mat. We'll release out those glutes now, because they're a spot that get really tight on most of us. And just bring your hips down to meet the floor. Get your tailbone long so the low back and sacrum is supported. Pick the right foot up, flex it and place it onto that left thigh. And then from here, draw the left knee in, hands come through, lace and rest either on the back of the thigh or the shin. Good work, everybody. A little bit of everything today. A little bit of side body, a little bit of glutes, a little bit of arms, a little bit of upper and lower abdominals. All blended together. And if you're looking for an hour-long class, we have our Tuesday morning Pilates with Amy. We also have a 12 o'clock yin yoga with Linda. It's a premium one. You book in with your credits and we'll send you out a link to the Zoom class. And we have a chance to connect and do a class where an instructor can see you in your practice. So it's a really lovely way to reconnect. And certainly, yogis, we miss you. We love seeing your faces when you connect in via Zoom. So maybe give it a go. If you're one of our members, you've got all your credits there. Or if you've bought credits off us, it's only 1 credit. All right, beautiful. Bring the foot down. Right foot comes onto the floor. Left leg comes up. Flex and place it on. Press the left knee away. Also, we'll be releasing these classes on our private Facebook group for our members. That's coming. It's like everything at the moment, guys. We're doing our best. We'll get it to you as soon as we can. All right. Take the knee away and breathe. Keep the tailbone long. Gently squeeze in. So we do have premium content coming out, working on lots of different things, because we might be doing things a little bit differently for a while. So continue to refine our ability to serve you. Beautiful. Now, this time when you drop the feet down, keep them in the same position. Take the right foot right out to the right-hand side of the mat. Open the elbows wide. Let the left leg draw the right leg across. Bring your chin towards the right. Reset the disc down in the base of your spine. We'll take a little twist. Let the breath be expansive now. There's no need to maintain that draining of the ribs. My body definitely wants a big breath there. Big breath in, big breath out. Another 3 breaths. Just feel how we come into stillness. There's that readiness for rest. Slowly come back up. Just swap the feet over. Left leg right to the edge of the mat. Reposition your hips in the center. Keep the tailbone long. Right leg lifts. Place your right foot onto your left thigh and then peel your left knee across and let your chin rest over near your left shoulder and then breathe across the full span of your lungs. And beautiful. Just drift off now, following the breath. After 30 minutes of really intentional breathing and a movement of investing time in concentration, which is so much a part of the Pilates method, you'll probably feel that your body is ready to relax, and that's what we're going to encourage you to do in a moment when we finish off the class. So they come all the way back to center. Bring the feet to the middle of the mat, lengthen the tail out. Beautiful. Still down here on the floor. You can take the arms above the head, give yourself a full body stretch, toes out, and breathing from your fingertips to your toes. Take a big expansive reach and a big breath out. And that is it. You can close down your eyes and have a little nap, yogis. You are done. You're cooked and toasted for the day. You can join us in a couple of minutes for our deep stretch class. If you do have the band, that is ideal. If not, grab a hold of a towel. Or if not, have a beautiful day. We'll see you for our practice tomorrow. Namaste, everyone.